All right, good Thursday morning, everyone. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Eric Burke. Hope you're enjoying the day so far, and day by day, as we've gone through the work and school week, things have gotten nicer and nicer, and I think today no exception to that. Now, some of you did have to deal with some very dense fog for the morning commute, and this was actually showing up in some of the model data that Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis was showing you last night, right there in the river valleys and over parts of Lake Guntersville too. And this fog has been so slow to actually mix on out and start to see some improvement, but it is getting better. Promise you that. The sun is out. Our temperatures are starting to warm up nicely here. High temperatures today should be in the upper 60s, might even see a few lower 70s for locations over parts of northwest Alabama. You guys did manage to hit 70 in the shoals yesterday. I think the Huntsville high temperature for Wednesday was 67, which it's been beautiful. And today, I think, the best treat of all is actually the fact that we have little to no wind to deal with. It's just a non-event here as far as the wind. And we had some very blustery winds, obviously, on Monday with that really chilly day, highs in the 30s. Veterans Day was breezy. Yesterday was breezy with gusts about 15 to 20 miles per hour. But today, that non-existent wind, and I am here for it. It's nice to kind of have a calm day, almost too eerily calm. With no air moving around. But 42 overnight tonight. Looks like we're mostly clear to partly cloudy. High temperature of 73 degrees for your Friday. Beautiful end to the work and school week. A lot of sunshine tomorrow. Winds will be out of the southwest at about 3 to 7 miles per hour. 49, waking up by daybreak on Saturday. And Saturday, the warmest today actually on your 10-day forecast. It will be a bit breezy. Those southwesterly winds are warming winds, so bringing up some of that warm air advection, if you will. But we'll hit a high of 75, mostly sunny. And we'll talk more about Sunday, but there is a chance of maybe seeing a few isolated showers. I show you this visibility graphic all the time in the morning. I want to show it to you now because we still have some areas of lingering fog. We could finally see clearly out in northwest Alabama. And this camera, I posted it on my Facebook page, my professional page. There showing how dense the fog was when the sun was coming up. It had like a reddish tinge to it. It almost looked like we were in outer space on Mars or something. Very cool to look at, and I say that always from a warm studio, not behind the wheel of a vehicle. So the fog kind of has a nice beauty if you're not out driving in it, driving to work. And hey, we could finally see Lake Guntersville as well. Just about a half an hour ago, the fog was still hanging on there. So it is gone now. It has to do with our temperatures warming up. And when you have a morning with those lows in the 30s and that water, all things considered, is still relatively warm, that's how that fog starts to develop. Call that advection fog. Get the colder air over a warmer body of water, and that's what happens. But glad to see things are looking much, much better. Really a beautiful day. Temps in the 50s, 60s, depends on where you're at. 59 right now, Huntsville. 59 Scottsboro, 63 in Fort Payne. Good morning to you. 64 Russellville, and 63 right now in Lincoln County, Fayetteville. I told you this morning the warm-up would happen a little bit faster than it has the past couple of days, and we are well on our way into the mid to upper 60s, maybe even some 70s in the mix too. If we're sitting in the low to mid 60s right now at 10:30 on a Thursday morning, I think we've got a pretty good shot at 70, even with the sun setting at 4:42 this evening. Winds today, I guess some of you have a little bit of a breeze, but it is very light considering the wind we had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. This day, it's a real treat, and we're really not forecasting much of a breeze. I don't think I've ever shown this graphic showing completely calm conditions. Now, the wind is probably about 2 to 3 miles per hour for many locations, but hey, that is pretty awesome to look at. All right, temperatures for the rest of the day, just always trying to see if we have any comments. No one wants to comment. Weather's quiet. I don't have a lot to talk about. This is my preferred type of fall weather here, certainly not complaining. Temps continue to warm to just shy of 70 degrees. We will see a little bit more cloud cover coming in by the afternoon and evening hours, and what this is going to do is actually keep us a little bit warmer overnight. You could see 11 o'clock temperatures there in the mid to upper 40s. Now, this is a very tough forecast regarding our rainfall potential as we go into next week. You could see on that blue banner there, next week, Monday through Friday. So this is the GFS American model. Look where that bullseye of the purple area is. It's off to our west. Now, even since the model run this morning, our rainfall totals and numbers have gone up for the week. Monday through Friday, we could see close to 2 inches of rain. Now, this is the problem. It is just model data, and not all models are agreeing with this and showing this. I think some locations near us will have a heavy rain event for most of next week. The problem is we're tracking an upper level center of low pressure, and depending on where that low goes, we see a lot more rainfall or we see a lot less rainfall. Very tough forecast, and with models being so far apart as far as agreement goes, this is something we'll just continue to keep you updated on. I think we will see rain several days next week. The question is how much rain. Well, it's only Thursday, and we're talking about all of next week. We'll have a lot more information once the models start to kind of get a bit more focused and dial it in. Then we start to get a better idea of the track of that upper level center of low pressure, and what we get from that would be more rain or less rain. So let's talk about Sunday. Sunday is the one day of the weekend that includes at least the mention of maybe some isolated showers. I think we're mostly sunny early on Sunday, becoming partly cloudy. High temperatures Sunday, upper 60s, low 70s, not too breezy, but there is at least the mention of a few isolated showers for your Sunday. Obviously, pretty low confidence in this right now. Don't cancel any of your Sunday plans. We go into next week, cloud cover building in, maybe a few light showers popping up as we go through Monday. And then this is the GFS model, the one that showed all the heavy rain to our west. Now this one does bring in some at least scattered light to moderate showers. Excuse me. I was like trying to hold in a sneeze and I ended up just coughing on you here. But we go into Tuesday now, and it is bringing in at least some chance of some scattered rainfall there. We go into Wednesday, a mostly cloudy day. It looks like Wednesday could be one of the drier days, maybe the mention of a few scattered showers. And then we got some heavier rainfall coming in later in the week. This would be Thursday into Friday too. So potential for some heavier rainfall toward the end of the week versus the earlier part of the week. A lot of uncertainty with this forecast. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, and no one will have a really good idea of what's going to happen until those models start to get a bit more into agreement. All right, here's the weekend again, 75, mostly sunny, a breezy day, wind gusts about 15 to 20 miles per hour for your Saturday. Sunday highs in the upper 60s to low 70s, and partly cloudy, maybe the mention of a few isolated showers for your Sunday. So forecast for tonight, 42, that will be your low, mostly clear, maybe partly cloudy in a few spots. I don't think we'll see terribly dense fog, but it could be located near some of those bodies of water, Tennessee River Valley, for example, and some of those sheltered areas up there in parts of Middle Tennessee, Northeast Alabama. Good looking day for your Friday, no way around it, just absolute November perfection in my opinion. Sunshine, winds not too bad out of the south and southwest, 3 to 7 miles per hour. Here's your extended forecast. We have 2 Huntsville Havoc home hockey games, one Friday night, one Sunday evening about 5 o'clock there. We'll keep you updated on your weekend, including the mention of maybe a few showers there on Sunday. And then next week, looks like temperatures stay at least at average or even a little bit above in the mid 60s to low 70s. There are a couple days like later in the week that I think we'll be dealing with a little bit more rainfall, but that's still many days away, and we'll continue to keep you updated on some of the changes and any potential for heavy rainfall, obviously, that could be impactful for your plans next week. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us for Weather Extra on your Thursday. I'll have another look at your weather coming up on Tennessee Valley Living at 11 a.m. with Peyton Walker, and of course your news at noon with Gina Benitez. So enjoy the beautiful day today. Get outside, get some fresh air. Got some plans to play a little pickleball when I get out of here, and should be a nice afternoon for that, especially with the lack of wind that we have today. That's always annoying when the ball's blowing all over the court. It makes it a lot harder. So perfect day for anything outside. Enjoy it, not as cold overnight. And then 70s are back, low to mid 70s, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thanks for tuning in for Weather Extra on this Thursday. Sorry I coughed on you. Hope you have a great day.